EA Sports FIFA 20 sponsors Saturday's Social.
Huge breaking news yesterday, Joe, concerning Man City. Massive news.
Massive news because Manchester City have been banned from all UEFA competitions for the next 2 seasons and fined £24.9 million for serious breaches of UEFA's financial fair play and club licensing regulations. Now, it is worth pointing out that Manchester City have put out a statement too. They say they are disappointed but not surprised by the verdict, describing the process as prejudicial and will take the case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They go on to say, simply put, this is a case initiated by UEFA, prosecuted by UEFA and judged by UEFA. With this prejudicial process now over, the club will pursue an impartial judgment as quickly as possible and will therefore, in the first instance, commence proceedings with the Court of Arbitration for Sport at the earliest opportunity. And Brie.
Well done, Joe. That was amazing.
Big old statement that. Nicole, you were on air when this news broke. What was your immediate reaction?
I think we were all quite shocked, actually, that it was actually happening and that it's a 2-season ban as well. Well, at least it is for now. And you kind of do think... There's been a lot of speculation anyway about Pep Guardiola's future at City. So you kind of look at it and you go, oh, he is not going to stay. I think he will not stay if he can't win the Champions League, if it's not an option because they're not in the competition. I don't think he'll stay. And then you look at the repercussions it will just have generally on the squad. Are they going to get big signings in if they don't have Champions League football? I mean, it's massive, isn't it? Yeah,
let's break down all the ramifications, because quite rightly there, you said there's so many things that this will affect. We'll talk about Pep in a minute. But the other thing that it affects is the Premier League. Because should Man City finish in the top 4, which is highly likely this season, and should the ban be upheld, the Champions League spot would then go to 5th in the league. So massive implications to the rest of the league. And 5th place currently occupied by Sheffield United. And Tom had his say on exactly this on Twitter, saying, low-key, need Sheffield United to get Champions League. Neymar and Mbappe turning up to Bramall Lane. Specs, what a fairy tale story that would be.
Mbappe and Neymar at Sheffield United. Can you imagine? I want it to happen now. I want it to happen because that is just no rules football.
At Bramall Lane. You know what? So mad, They actually deserve it.
They do.
When I look at the league right now, if it was to end today, that is all right, because Sheffield United have been amazing. And I think it's a bad thing that has happened to City, don't get me wrong, but what it can do for the rest of the teams that have deserved it, like the Wolves and Sheffield United, is big. So on a bigger scale, because we're not always thinking about Man City, but it would be good for like the other teams to get an option and play in the Champions League. It's the only chance.
And as a Man United fan yourself, do you look at that and think, as
I
an
can't
extra
stop smiling.
Champions League
I can't.
5th place, for clubs like Man United, Spurs, it's a huge opportunity.
It's huge.
Arsenal.
It's off Arsenal.
But the thing is, I mean, it's huge, but then it's like, as a United fan, of course, you want to be in the Champions League, but not under those circumstances where it's not like we've earned it. It's just happened because of...
Interesting.
It's because City have, obviously because of the ban and whatnot. But it is, I don't know how to take it. I feel like if we did get 5th place, we've been in it for so long, so we might as well just give it to us anyway. We've been behind Chelsea for so long. You know what I mean? So, it wouldn't make any difference.
And you mentioned Arsenal there, you two could actually sneak in still. But it's worth pointing out, as Captain Awesome did here, Arsenal now just need Liverpool, Leicester, Chelsea, Sheffield United, Spurs, Everton, United and Wolves. It's
back on. It's back on.
Harry likes that. Harry, you really like that.
Just a few people there. But Specs, is it on? Could it happen?
After the news yesterday, I said to myself, Arsenal are getting Champions League.
Oh, Spec,
Do you genuinely believe
I was like, well, I'm back. Now everything's changing.
He's been saying top 4 since the season started, throughout everything.
Not this season.
I said this season Arsenal gets
Specs is
4,
going through
which is
something
now top 5.
guys.
Top 5.
You can tell, look, let's get the boots back in. It's because of these. Things like this is why.
That affects his mindset in the booth.
I'm saying.
You also alluded to earlier, Nicole, the implications on Pep. So many people.
Massive.
I feel like about this story, the Pep thing has almost run... It's like a separate story within it. It's so many rival fans talking about what this means for Pep Guardiola. Now, to give you a bit of context, Manchester City tweeted this. This is 2 years ago. Of course, it was Valentine's Day yesterday. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. They tweeted, let's see who's got the best Valentine's Day rhymes. Jordan did not forget about that from 2 years ago. So he, quote, retweeted, roses are red, Manchester is blue, Champions League gone. Soon Pep will be too. Nicole, you think this could mean the end of Pep at Man City, do you think?
I do think so, yeah. I actually said the other day that if they win the Champions League this season, that I think he'd go, because I think he's been there for, 4 years now?
Yeah.
I think he's only ever done maximum 4 years managing a club.
Yeah.
And I think he'd go, right, Champions League, done it, ticked it off, let's move on. I think it's kind of a different story if he didn't win it, because obviously they're not going to win the league this season, it's safe to say. So I think he'd maybe want to stay to prove something.
Yeah.
But if this ban comes in and he can't do that, I think he's out the door.
Because he was brought in, wasn't he, to win the Champions League for Manchester City. So if they are banned and he doesn't, do you think that kind of puts a bit of a black mark against his name at Manchester City?
Yeah, I think, especially this season, even if the ban never happened, if Pep didn't win the Champions League, I think there'll be an issue.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's I feel like he wants that. That's what the fans want, mostly. Obviously, after winning the league twice in a row. So I think Champions League was priority.
Yeah.
But now it has to be this year.
Yeah.
I think with Pep, he's had ample time. They've spent quite a lot of money on world-class players. They've had the infrastructure there, great stadium. They've been in the quarterfinals, but haven't actually gone no further, and that's probably been a question mark with him.
Yeah.
And do you think, though, because they are still in it, they play Real Madrid, of course, they're just going to put all their eggs into that one basket this year, win it now under Pep,
for them,
and then
if they do that, because I feel like if they come out of that competition, even though they're not going to win the Premier League, I think that would stop their position from being higher than what it initially would be as well. And I think there's a lot of stress around the club at the moment, a lot of pressure, a lot of spotlight on them as well. And this is where Pep has to prove his prowess, basically.
So if you say you think he will go, how much of a blow would that be for you, Specs, if he does leave Manchester City?
Well, for the Premier League, it wouldn't be good, because I think he's a great coach and he's changed football in the league. But Man United should try and do something.
Do you know what?
That'd be a big story. If Sheffield United can go in the Champions League, United get this is a great story.
In Poch we trust.
We're doing this again.
Here we go. We'll come on to Poch in a little bit.
Got a busy show.
I want to also mention the players, because they've got some massive names at the club that are going to be wanting to play the Champions League week in, week out, including the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, aren't they? Ahmed tweeted here, imagine you're Kevin De Bruyne and you find out you're missing out on the Champions League for 2 years in the heat of his prime. If he has anything about him, he tries to leave. The sad thing is, I don't even know where he would go. Now, interesting pointing out here, if they were banned for 2 years, some of the ages of the players when they re-enter the Champions League, Kevin De Bruyne would be 31, Fernandinho would be 37, Aguero would be 34. So if you were Kevin De Bruyne, would you think about getting out of the club now, or would you want to stay?
I think I'd want to get out of the club. Because I don't know if Manchester City at the moment can accommodate for all those quality players and can keep them staying, especially if they're not in the Champions League. These are players that play with friends are in the Champions League who want to. That's the epitome for club football, is to win the Champions League.
So that seems mad, because it's Manchester City. They are an incredible team. Obviously, Liverpool are taking a lot of the shine off of them, I'd say, this season. But they are still such a talented squad. And you just, I don't know, the thought of someone like De Bruyne or any of these massive players leaving just seems a bit mad, but they might not have a choice if this ban is upheld.
I think football's changed where, like, the loyalty to stay, like what happened with Juventus when they all went down and some of the big players stayed. I don't think we have that anymore. So I think it's more about the age thing. I think if De Bruyne was 22 or 23, he would stay because it's only 2 years. But when he's at his prime.
What about a loan? Why couldn't he go on loan?
But why would City loan him?
Because he wants the Champions League.
You go on loan yourself.
Because the thing about loan, you can come back. That's the thing. Can you imagine though?
Yeah, but
you're KDB.
Yeah.
Right? Where are you going, firstly, on loan?
Sheffield United.
Because they're in the Champions League next year. I see you next.
In midfield.
And then when you sign Sheffield United, you wear the boots of the unveiling and all that. Yeah, there we go. Relating it all together. The other thing is, it's not just current players this is affecting. A lot of Man City fans are pointing out how this will affect them in the transfer market. This was tweeted by a Man City fan, giving quite an honest assessment, saying that's messed up our transfer plans for the next year or two. Won't be able to attract the big names if we don't have European football, but maybe Foden and Garcia might actually get game time now. So, Harry, question for you then. So many talking points. We've mentioned the league, we've mentioned Pep, the players. Whatever the result of this is, do you think this is a huge news story for the future of Man City?
Definitely. I think Man City's got arguably one of the best youth systems in Europe, to be honest. They're like Phil Foden, I think he's amazing. Garcia's amazing. But I don't believe that they're going to invest in youth like that. I think what they wanted to do is have world-class players and build a youth around them so that they're around that setting. So to put all their trust into those players, I don't think this is not class of 92. It only happens once. And it only happens with great teams like Man United.
Oh, God.
Of course, it depends on budgets as well.
Yes.
Champions League revenue, so many factors involved.